Hello and welcome to Colin Bunyan's video recipes. This is the 10th in the collection, and for those of you who are after a sweet treat, you are going to be surprised. This is going to be decadence and indulgence personified. The ultimate chocolate brownies! Right, I'm going to take you over the ingredients. 300 grams of caster sugar, 225 grams of plain flour with a tablespoon, so a teaspoon of salt into the mixture, roughly 125 grams of butter, half a dozen free-range eggs, some vanilla extract, and now 500 grams of chocolate. They're not with the cinema large, 500 grams. Now I'm going to talk you through this because this is actually quite an important component. The base needs to be dark chocolate. Now I've got 300 grams of 85% cocoa chocolate. The darker the better. So get the best quality you can. Don't expect to make good quality desserts with inferior quality chocolate. Okay? 100 grams of milk and 100 grams of white chocolate is also being utilised. Right, what I'm doing here is I've got the butter, 125 grams, and 300 grams of chocolate melting over a bain-marie. You can tell this is good quality chocolate. Listen to the sound. It's a nice, crisp, clean snap. Chocolate has got a lot of filler in it and a lot of oils and other accoutrements to it. Doesn't have that natural sound. So that needs to melt over a bain-marie. Right, I've just melted the chocolate and the butter together. That needs to come off the heat carefully. Right, that needs to cool for about 10 minutes. Right, bit of prep work. The oven is on gas mark 4. I've got a baking tray lined with foil. It'll work better than parchment paper in this instance. Now that has cooled down for a sec. Okay, still got a trace of butter in there, so I'm just going to give that a quick swirl to melt it over. That is the consistency you're looking at. Some people I know would just dive right in there. Now, first up, vanilla extract. I'm going to finish this bottle off because why wouldn't you? So that goes, and give that a fold. Now the beauty of this is it's minimal equipment. It's a spatula, it's a bowl, a baking tray and a saucepan. Okay, you don't even have to use bowls like I've done to measure out ingredients in. You can just use straight from the pack. So now it's cooled down enough. Right, we want to make sure it's still cold, or cool, so we don't end up with scrambled eggs, which is not what we want. Half a dozen eggs, and there is something satisfying about using up a whole pack. So, one at a time, in you go. Now you could use a whisk if you want, but I think a spatula will work just as well. You don't need them away. Oops. Try not to get any out of the bowl. The eggs are what makes this super brownie, super gooey and super textured. So fifth. and egg number 6. Okay, 300 grams of caster sugar. Now that gets folded in. That provides a little bit of a solid base for the mass of liquid. 225 grams of flour and a teaspoon of salt. Now this is where you have to be a little bit careful because you don't want this to spray out the bowl. Don't go too mad on the mixing. Right, you can still see a little bit of flour yet, but that's fine because I've got one last task to do. Okay? Cover your ears. £100 of dairy milk and white chocolate. I told you we're going to use these before. You could use chocolate chips if you want to be a wuss. Do what I do. Meat hammer. Strangely satisfying. Done. If you don't have a meat hammer, use the saucepan, but you end up with large shards of chocolate. Just you can always break them up if you missed an area. But look at that! That's what brownies should be. Should be rough and rugged. Not this, everything's so pretty, everything's so neat. You don't need that. You want some tough Yorkie style chocolate in there, son. Now give it one last stir. This is why you don't stir it all in at first with the flour. I know some people who would just literally dive in right now and eat this mixture as is. But as good as this is even better once baked. So, pour it in. Now this is meant to serve 24, but who are we kidding here? It'll serve 16, realistically. Okay? Even it out. Just to get rid of any air bubbles. That goes into the oven 25 minutes. I'll see you in a bit. 2, 1. Yep, it's come out clean. That is done. 25 minutes at gas mark 4. Now that must cool completely. Right. The brownie's cooled for about 4 hours. And I can already feel, just from cutting it in with a knife, that this is going to be a very soft, squidgy brownie. The outside is light, but the inside is dark. It's quite a reveal, isn't it? Oh, have a look at that. That just looks absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do, chop a little bit off, and now for the taste test. Oh man. That, even if I say so myself, is the best brownie I have made in years. Dense, rich, the outside's just nice and crisp, plenty of chocolate, good vanilla flavouring. That is about as good as you are going to get. 16 portions, I can guarantee you, you bring that to a party, you are going to be getting the money in the bank for it. I'll catch you next time.